What's good, Stopde Nation? It is Stopde here, and it's time for some hacks and facts of FIFA Mobile SBC. So we did our first SBCs yesterday. We've completed off the full week of SBC things for this week, and then we did the advanced ones as well. We got a couple more that we're going to finish off and show you doing them live in this video, but basically to give you kind of a sneak preview of where the SBCs are going to go, because they are locked and you're not going to be able to see them until you actually get to the one you want to be on. So kind of, if you have an idea of where you need to go, what sort of things you need to have in there. We're also going to lay some facts about the SBCs. The first one, because a lot of people I know have been messaging about this, if you put the players in, the players do not come back. They don't just like go into this set, you get the reward, and then you get the players back. So I've seen a lot of people being like putting in players that maybe they wouldn't really want to lose. This is not a very advised choice. In fact, it is not an advised choice at all. So make sure, if you want to get rid of the players, you are convinced and you are sure that the reward you are putting in is worth what you are going in with it. The other fact that you want to keep in mind is that everybody gets really excited when the SBCs first come out. So if you wait a couple days, the price in the auction house, you know, like with any promo, with everything we've had in FIFA Mobile, on console, on anything, the prices start to lower and the prices start to drop. So if you want to make the most out of the SBCs, make sure to wait a couple days with the auction house, spend some time sniping it, spend some time, watch these videos. We'll show you the things that you want to see, what you kind of need to save up for, and everything like that. You can see here that we got our first set. This is the one we used to put Pogba in. So we're putting Pogba in to claim Pogba, which was an interesting thing, but I wanted to complete the set so I could get the SBC points as well. But if you see here, it says player trade in. So for locked players, it will actually ask you to unlock them before you can actually trade them in. So if you have players who are locked, it will give you that warning. So make sure you lock any players you don't want to use. Alright, so the first one here, we need a 73 overall team, 6 players, 1 nation, 3 leagues, and then some skill boost players as well, and that gives you the training experience. That's the one you can see right away. But our second challenge, if we go into this, we can see that we need a 73 overall team. We need 8 exact players. We need 1 of 2 players from the same nation, 1 of 2 players from the same league, and 2 with the physical boost. So one thing you can do, if you can't find the physical boost players that you want, you can always level up your players, and that's a pretty big hack that we got going on. You can actually go in, level up your players to be the one that you want. It takes the highest overall that they have. So that was the second one that we went into. When we move on to the third challenge, you can see we need a 75 overall team, 11 players, 5 leagues, and then 3 players maximum from the same league. So what I've kind of do with this one, I put in like until it hits 3, test them out, and then just go back and check the leagues and try and add new players in. But if you want to kind of go search them in the auction house, that's one way to do it. But again, start with a higher overall team, lower your overall to make sure that you're putting in the minimum amount of things that you need to put in. If you level up a player a couple levels, it may cost you 30,000 coins, but it still might be a bit cheaper than actually going full in and putting in like the maximum amount there. So there's our rewards for that one. We're on to the new one, so we're gonna go live into this one. We're gonna flash forward to the tips and tricks. Alright, so when we go into this one, we have 2 of these challenges left. So the 4th advanced challenge, we're going into this one. You can see we got some of our defenders already in place. So 3 of 4 exact nations, 1 of 4 players from the same nation. So one good thing to pick ones that you can get a lot of players for. So here, Northern Ireland, probably not going to be very easy for it to find a lot of high-level players from this one. So we probably won't put Evans into this one. But I do want to show you this because this is very interesting. So Evans is actually not at 78 overall. It's a lower card. We can see the same thing here if we go with Reece Nelson, because we've actually leveled up our Reece Nelson card as well. So if I go into my quality, I think he'll show up in my bronze actually. Yeah, so see Reece Nelson, he's not a 78 overall card, he's a bronze card. The other thing you can notice about here is it says 3 of 11 exact players. So you notice we put Reece Nelson in there and it didn't actually affect what position he's in. So he's a right mid, but we can put him in any position. We still have 3 of 11 players because it will tell you in certain ones if it's a specific position player. So don't get thrown off by that, especially in the advanced challenges. A lot of them just, it's put the players in, doesn't matter what position they're going in. You can move them around, put them wherever you need, and then use the nations as well. So that's one helpful thing to do. Right now we have 3 nations, a little bit easier maybe to find them from England than it is from other ones. So use that ability to level up your players. The other thing, if you want to know which players are in the SBC, if you go to your squad, so if we go into our actual squad here, look at our reserve bench, we can see that our reserves here, if we scroll down to where, actually let's filter it out. We'll filter it out again. We'll do the bronze bronze quality, because Reece Nelson does show up in a bronze quality. So if you have leveled a player up, that is one thing to keep in mind. I don't know why it's frozen here. Okay, so we're frozen on our game, but okay, there we go. He is a bronze quality, but he has been leveled up. So if you kind of like, okay, which players have I leveled up, that's where they're going to show if you're not seeing them. You can see he's got a little SBC icon on here to let you know that's one of the players that you want to be leveling up. That's the SBC player that you put on the team that you're trying to level up. So in some cases, it may actually be cheaper for you to level up one of those players than to go buy one on the auction house, especially if you're trying to do it early. But again, wait, because waiting is key on this one. Saving up those points, yeah, the points are good, but the players are also auctionable. You can get under and you can get them from the auction house as well, and you can get the SBC points at a later time, something like that. So if you want to try and complete it quickly, you might be paying a little bit more than maybe you would want to pay, you know, in that as well. But you could also look at things like we put Pogba. We wanted the points, so if we wanted the points, you could use that. But in the end of the day, too, like it's quite a few grinding for that points, that 200 points. So you might want to just kind of take it a little bit like slower at a time and say, okay, which ones do I really want to complete? So be very sure when you're completing them which ones you want to complete and which ones you're kind of like, I'm not so sure on. But if we go back into our events, we can see the SBC right here. We have this intro one on. We're going to go back into it. I don't know that I want to put Reece Nelson actually into this one, so I think I'm just going to filter out. My maximum overall is a 76, so I'm going to put a 76 max overall on these ones, and then check out, okay, Argentina, that is one that will be helpful. I do have a fair amount of Argentinian players. Spain, Morocco, probably not going to find a lot of Moroccan players, so I'll probably switch that over to France. Although, like, if this is the way icons are coming, I'd be a little nervous putting too many of them from the same country in there, because who knows what icons, if they're going to be SBCs. I hope they're going to be SBCs, but what they're going to look like. So anyways, again, doesn't matter the position, so if you want to scroll through, put in other positions, if you have more people in that position, make sure to do that. So right now, we can go in here. We have another Spain player, so we're going to put Spain in. We're only at 74 of 76, so we do need to kind of overall bring it up a little bit as we go in. So again, this is not going to do anything because we've got an Argentinian player, so we got Perez in there. As we go in again, that's going to make it 4 of 4 nations, exactly. And so we do need to get 4 of 4 eventually, but I feel like I want to save that a little bit more towards the end. So we're going to see if we can find one from, got a lot from Russia, Germany. Germany would be a good one as well, so maybe I will do Germany actually. So we got Germany in there, and then we'll keep going through the rest of these ones here. So we're 74 of 76. We're kind of going a little bit low right now, so I do want to kind of try and up this a little bit. Argentina's going to go in there. We need 3 out of 4 from the same nation. So what I'm going to end up doing is that should probably end up happening in the end for us anyways as we go into our final few positions. So our last one, 9 of 11, that's 6. Oh, we put, what? I thought we did Italy. Apparently we didn't do Italy, so we got to do Argentina. I don't even know which nations I'm doing apparently in this one. So another Germany, 74 of 76. It's going to get tight here. It's going to be close as we go 5 of 4, 5 of 4. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to move some of my players out of position because I think I had some higher center backs, especially French center backs, that we could use in that position. So again, I got to switch off my overall now because we do need to try and bring in some people that are a little bit higher overall. We could go in, who could we put in that's going to help? Okay, that's going to be a big one. So that could be a little bit of a higher overall. PK is going to be one that we put in. I don't know if that's going to be our best choice with it, so we may try and change that up after. But we'll go to the goalkeepers. We'll see what kind of goalkeeper we can get in here. We already got 4 max in the nation, so I think I can do Germany or Spain. Spain looks like it's going to work, but we're not quite high enough overall. So we're going to go and start in this one. We're 75 of 76, so we can kind of slightly build up some of our players, or we can actually go in and level some of these players up as well. I'm thinking I'm probably pretty close. One thing you can do if you want to check though, right, go in here, look at what your overall is going to become if you slide in some higher players. So as soon as I go to 77, so I'm going to need a 77 in order to do that, and I'll actually go in there and put the 77 in. But if you want to see like how many levels do I actually have to level up my players to do it, slide them in and into some of the positions. So another nice kind of hack for that is if you are a little bit below, slide in up the players as you saw us doing there to see which players actually fit into that position that you want to use. So there you go. We're going to submit this. We're putting in a high value player. I like that they actually let you know that now. So I think that's an update that they must have had because a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know I was doing that. So we go into our SBC, our final one. It says this is a high value value player. You sure you want to put that in? Because I don't know that necessarily everybody wants to put that in every time. So the last one we got 78 overall, 11 exact players, 5 exact nations, 3 from the same nation maximum, and exactly 3 leagues. So this should be a pretty tough one actually to do. I'm just going to start kind of putting randomly at the start just to kind of get this started for us. But we'll see what we can end up with in this one. But I think we should be able to complete this one. Hopefully we won't. We've already got 3 exact leagues right now, so we do have to try and we will have to play with the leagues. Which leagues do we pick? Hopefully we didn't pick the worst. Okay, I'm gonna have to change out that league. I don't think we're gonna get a lot of Scottish leagues. West Brom, we could do the Premier League. So 3 of 3 exact leagues. Right, so Premier League, the Serie A, and the La Liga. Okay, that should be fairly easy to make a high overall team with those 3. So we'll go in this again. 3 of 5 exact nations, 3 maximum from the same nation. We're at 76 overall. No, we can't go to a different league. We can't go to a different league. Okay, we could do have Watford as well. Okay, we'll go with that. So 5 of 11. Moving into the middle, what else we got? We did have Serie A, so we'll do the Serie A league. Help 76 overall. So we're doing pretty well right now with this one. This is fun, right? It's like a squad building thing we got going on. Do we want to put him in? Yeah. Oh, that's too many nations. Okay, we have too many nations though, so I can't actually put him in. We don't have the Bundesliga in there. I don't want to put Modric in. So I may actually switch out one of my other nations. We have Spain. We have Northern Ireland. So I think actually Evans is the one that I'm going to switch out here because I don't really want to go about and actually put in. I think we'll go... Let's go with Keane. All right, I think that's a good choice. We'll do England. So 2 of 3, 5 of 5 nations exactly right now. So we need to go with one of the nations we already have. And again, as we said in the last video, if you go in and put the filter on, we can put by the nations we already have. So we have Croatia here. We have Spain. We have England. We have Germany. And then, oh, that was the England one. We have Germany, and then we have Spain, and we have, I think it's just those ones, and Brazil. So we can go in here. We can actually put on some criteria of that to help us kind of make sure we're actually picking from the right nations. So if we go in, all right, so we got our 5 nations on this one. So again, we want to be very careful. Obviously, with the league, they got to stay in the La Liga or the Premier League or the Serie A. So again, we can add that filter on as well. So like going with there, we pick one of the 3 leagues, and now we know exactly who we want to put in these ones. And we're at 77 out of 78 overall. So again, I'm going to keep it as close as I can to not try to go over on some of these ones. So 10 of 11 right there. Oh, we have too many. Oh, from the same nation. So too many from the same nation there. So we do have to fix that. Oh, we must have mixed it. We must have mixed on one of these previous ones. We have too many from Spain. So we got to stop getting ones from Spain. There you go. Croatia. So that's probably going to work out. But now we've definitely lowered our overall. Don't know if I'm going to have enough to do it on my goalkeeper. We do have a 77 out of 78. So we're close on this one. So what I'm going to probably look at is which ones we could actually, how high we have to go for this. So 70... We're going to actually have to go pretty high, I think, to bring it to the next level. So we might see which one's going to bring us the highest overall as we go in here. 70. We'll over up all of them kind of a little bit, I feel like. 77. I don't want to go up too high on that one, so we're trying to bring up some of our lower ones. So one thing, build your one out and then build some of the higher ones that you got coming out after. So again, we'll go a little bit higher. 77 of 78. 71. Let's go 71 in the middle and try and build that up a little bit there. Again, still a lot higher on this one, so not very easy to finish this one. Didn't really want to get rid of Ederson either, so we may actually switch this up. We got 3 here, so too many, but we do have a 78 overall, so I might try and switch out too many from the same nation. Which one do we have now? We have too much Spain, so if we try and bring out one of our Spanish players, see if we can swap them for like another... We have then we're too low when we go down here. Okay, what other ones could we do in here? We could, okay, we can't switch out England because we don't want to switch out England. We don't want to switch out Brazil. We could go Spain again, but 77. We could go up to Rashford, but again, too many of the same nation. This is getting interesting. All right, so 70. Ooh, we have a lot of Firmino. We have a lot of Firmino, so I'm actually going to do Roberto Firmino, put him out there, and we may actually now be able to lower our overall. Can we lower? We could lower our overall as well. Put that Ederson card out of there, or we could go, but too much of the nation. So I feel like I will go with this. I could go a little bit lower overall, so I could switch out Keane maybe for a little bit lower. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll save some of our elites, so saving as many elites as we can in this one. Nacho Monreal is actually a fairly expensive goal player, so I don't know that I necessarily want to switch his card out. We try Ratchet here and see if we can actually get it, but I don't think that's going to work because of the lower overall on that one. So we could try and put people out of position, those kind of things, but it looks like this is what we're going to be set with for this final one. So we put in 3 elites, we get 1 back. Maybe not the fairest deal, but we're going to finish this one off. So we are putting these in. They're going to be unlocked. So we unlock the players. It gives us that reward, and we kind of go through the final SBC pack. So here we go. Puts it in. We get some gold players, and we get ourselves Rodriguez. Alright, so we put in a lot more than we got, but we did get that 250,000 coins as well, so that definitely will be helpful on that. And we did complete the whole intro challenges. We completed all the weekly challenges, and we're getting close to that card. We're 16 of 200. But thank you for checking this out, and thank you for stopping by. There's week 1 completed. Hopefully we kind of gave you a few little tips and tricks. Basically, to summarize it, the big things you want to look, you can up the overall, you can break down the criteria that you want to search by, and you kind of swipe up to see how high do I need to go, how low do I need to go, those kind of things. So I had a lot of fun building out these challenges. Make sure to come back next week. We'll build out the new challenges. We'll show you how we're building them. We'll let you know kind of who we want to use. Make sure you don't do them all right away, and you know that if you put them in, they are not coming back. Thank you for checking this out and stopping by. It's been a pleasure as always. Stopde.